Birds are everywhere. The moment you step outside and look into the skies, you will see all different kinds of birds flying around. Sometimes you don't even have to step outside, as certain birds come to your windows or even take a small hike inside your garage for a few moments. Whether you like them or not, they're an important part of your world, and it's impossible to not encounter them every now and then. Of course, not all creatures are created equal, and there are birds that display behaviour unlike any other, surprising everyone who witnesses the act. And that's our topic for today, as we're going to take a look at the top 10 birds that shock the world. After you hit the subscribe button on the bottom right, we're good to go. Let's get into it. Number 10. Pigeons. According to a paper in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, scientists have established that pigeons can recognize human faces. So if you ever thought they favor you in a park, or so when you go to feed them, you are absolutely right. They know who you are, unlike other birds who usually only come for the food. Not only that, but apparently they can even recognize up to 50 words and differentiate between words and randomly scribbled text. Number 9. Grudgeful ravens. According to a research published in the Proceedings of the Royal Society B, it has been established that crows can recognize, remember, and talk about human faces, particularly those that they remember due to bad experiences. A zoologist and his team trapped over a dozen crows at 5 different sites and wore a specific mask when abducting them. Once that was done, nearby crows would come to the sites and communicate with the other crows with their alarm calls. After that, the researchers tested the reaction of the free crows to the mask, and they were being treated with angry caws, and they would proceed to squawk at them and even hit them with a dive bomb. Whereas when they wore different masks that weren't used to abduct crows, they would not get any hostile reactions from the birds. So, it was understood that crows can tag and describe dangerous human beings to their friends and offspring, and as a result, they know how to avoid them. Number 8. Californian condors. You must have heard of the phrase, "It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman," because objects in the sky can be often confusing to spot with the naked eye. The Californian condor is a perfect example of this, as their wings can be as big as up to 9.5 feet, and when they fly in the skies, they are often confused for small aeroplanes due to how perfectly they spread their wings and how large they are in general. Before we continue with birds that are real bullies, please make sure you fully support us and hit the like button. Number 7. Raven bullies. Researchers wanted to study if birds can display social behavior that represents how humans act, and they decided to study communities of the raven birds for a start. They were surprised to learn that their societies follow many rules similar to human beings. For example, there are high-ranking and low-ranking ravens in their society, which even includes the fact that high-ranking ravens have access to better food and resources. And like humans, the high-ranking ravens tend to bully and assert dominance on the lower-ranking ravens within their community. However, it does not end there, as sometimes the low-ranking ravens don't act submissively as a response to the behavior, and this can lead to confrontations. Number 6. Runway storks. Animals leaving their children on their own if they deem them unfit for survival is nothing unheard of, and in some cases they even eat their children so that the stronger ones have a better chance of survival as a pack. But what you haven't heard of is the fact that storks actually leave their parents and run away to different family nests if they feel like their parents' hunting skills are not good enough, and they hope to find better food in the other nests that they run off to. It's pretty bizarre to hear something so human-like in this species of birds, but it's apparently common in the European white storks. Number 5. Bearded vultures. It's perfectly normal for human beings to dye their hair to different colours for fun and preferences. However, what if we told you that there's a bird that dyes its feathers on purpose too? The bearded vulture is the only bird that dyes its feathers in red soil willingly and without a habitual reason. Researchers have established that this is most likely a way to establish dominance to other bone-eating birds of their kind, so that they can intimidate them with the deeper colours on their body. Number 4. Indian hornbills. You know how we lock the door properly before leaving the house, especially if we have children at home that need to be safe. Indian hornbills had the same idea. This bird locates a suitable nest and then seals the female and children inside the nest, who then proceed to fill the holes with a barrier of mud, bird droppings and sticks. This only leaves enough space for the male bird to give the female and children of the family fruits, frogs and mice. This goes on until the children are ready to go out in the world, as they are prone to being eaten by predators before that point. Number 3. Palm cockatoo. The palm cockatoo can be found in the Austrian and New Guinean rainforests and are known for their interesting looks that make them stand out among other birds. However, one thing not everyone knows about them is the fact that when it's time to look for a mate, they break off a branch from a tree and then fly to a nest tree. Once there, they hold the branch in their foot and start banging it on the wall like it's a drum, making music and hoping to attract a mate with it. It's not random behaviour, as a female does come to them if they like what they hear. Number 2. House wrens. The house wrens are small birds that appear to be very adorable and harmless. However, it's a very territorial bird that spends most of its time hunting and defending its territory. They not only chase away other birds, even if unnecessary at times, they even visit the nests of other birds that they consider competition and break their eggs with their tiny beaks to ensure they don't have children. Not only that, but they also try to destroy the nests afterwards before they finally go home. As a result, they are often nicknamed house-wrecking wrens. Number 1. The Basian thrush. Birds are known for using different methods for hunting for their prey, which is similar to many other animals. However, the Basian thrush has such an odd method of finding food that it just leaves you wondering how the bird even learned this behaviour. Apparently, this Australian and Tasmanian bird eats worms, and when it can't find them, it tends to fart at them, so that the gas makes them come out. When they do come out, it immediately eats them as usual. If you feel confused by this fact, don't worry. Even researchers can't figure out how this bird randomly decided to use its gas problems for hunting purposes. But hey, if it works, it works. That's it for our list of the 10 birds that shock the world. We sure don't want most of these birds coming into our territory, as they would most likely destroy everything that they see. But it wouldn't be such a bad idea to invite the palm cockatoo for a nice drumming jam. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to support us and get our future videos immediately. We'll see you on the next video.